As soon as they tell you that they got their view from the International Space Station with these hurricanes, you should know it's bullshit right immediately, right off the bat, straight from the gate. Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Hell, it's coming. It's just gonna drift off to the. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Hurricane Isaac, it's not gonna hit Florida. It's not. It's just probably gonna fade away. It's gonna go down. It's the most unpredictable set of three hurricanes we've ever seen in our entire life. It's the most unpredictable, okay? But right now, you really got to watch out for hurricane fluoride, because that will clog your pineal gland big time. Hurricane Hell, right? It's coming. It's coming to New York. This time, it's coming to New York. It's just what I feel. Again, I don't have any proof. I don't need proof. All I gotta do is just see one headlight in a brand new truck. Doesn't make sense. All I gotta see is these white vans driving around all the time. Got the military tags on it. It's just because they're in the military, that's all. Brand new truck. Really? Hey buddy, I'm over here. Brand new truck. It's a Toyota Tundra. It has one headlight out. This doesn't make sense to me. None of it makes sense. Because it's senseless. You can't make sense out of things that are senseless. Yeah, check that out. Hey, it's $3.33 for 2 hot dogs. This time around, nobody's going back home. They're even selling hotspots from Xfinity. I mean, they want to make sure that they can find you just in case. Just in case your power's out and your phone and whatnot, but you don't have Wi-Fi. You can order a hotspot. They'll probably deliver it like in 10 minutes. The local heroes, they'll just, because they're heroes, guys. They're local and they're heroes, and they will deliver you. Deliver you the hotspots. Yeah. All right, so Florence is already taken out North Carolina, and it's going to be prolonged. The floods, everything, the footage. I don't know how. I don't know. I can't really watch it. I can only get little tidbits of what's going on, so I know, because I can't stand it. If you want to call it acting, it's horrible. People standing in the middle of a storm, like, yeah. You're standing in front of a green screen. That's it. Yeah, yes, of course. There's rain, there's wind. There's you have to see it with your own eyes in order to believe it, right? That's what people say. I gotta see it with my own eyes. Well, that's why when you look up into the screen here, you can see it with your own eyes. You're going to see it with your own eyes. So hurricanes, Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, right? Christ, Jesus. Well, that already happened last year, and here we are now with Hurricane Florence, Isaac, and Helene. Helene's gonna be one hell of a tornado, hurricane. Guaranteed. One hell of a freaking tornado. I mean, hurricane, whatever the hell they are. Same thing. I'll tell you what, man, that Daniel, I like Daniel's spirit. I love his spirit. I love how when he desires to know the mystery, that he goes to God, the one and only true God, the only God out there. He goes to get understanding of the mystery. He has the ability, because God's given it to him, to tell the kings what their dreams are. I mean, their dreams and aspirations and whatnot, and like literally their dreams. Spiritually, their dreams and aspirations. You know, to rule the world. Like I said, Plankton was set in place. It's Satan's idea to get that little creature to believe him. I mean, to get him to believe that he's going to rule the world. But he just always falls. Mr. Krabs. I know why I was nicknamed Mr. Krabs, because when I hired my cousin, the other one that backstabbed me, his name's Bob, and he's about as dumb as SpongeBob, and I was the boss, Mr. Krabs, right? I'm the one that you can never get over on. You'll try, but you just really truly can't. You'll get close, but then you'll slip and fall away. So that's where my nickname came from, Mr. Krabs. And I have the secret formula. Just so you know. And here's the formula. Would you like the secret formula? First, let me just tell you this. That what's going to happen with this plan, once you drop back, right, and you're just getting ready to throw that final, I mean, there's like 1 second left, you're down by what, 6, right? You have to score the touchdown. Now let's just say you're down by 5, so if you scored a touchdown, you automatically, you don't have to kick the extra point. You drop back, you got the ball, the cornerback fell down, your wide receiver is wide open, you cock the arm back, you're like this, right? And then you get sacked. That's right. By God. Bitches. That's the secret formula. That's it. Oh, you want to know the actual formula? Nah. You can't know it. I mean, if you never knew God, how are you going to get the formula? Oh man, so T minus 38, my brother. That's right. Oh my God. Let me just get those. I'm just Where should I go? I don't know. Red is the new favorite color around here. I guess because it's like the color of blood. Red is the color of blood. I'm sorry, man. You know, look. When they're showing all these hurricanes, right, and they're telling you already ahead of time, these are the most unpredictable. It means they're the most predictable hurricanes that have ever hit the United States. And of course, you know, it's like, well, hey, I mean, this has happened. Remember last year with Hurricane Jesus and, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph? And you remember the other hurricanes from a year before that, and in 2010? And yeah, I remember those hurricanes. Manly made. So when they show you and they prolong the you know, the videos for 33 minutes. I mean, when they tell you that you're gonna get sacked. Ah, wait, crap! I'm telling you that. When they say that these are the most unpredictable hurricanes, I mean, the red flag goes up immediately. They're not the most unpredictable. One's gonna go in the middle. One's gonna hurt. And here we have Hurricane Florence, and it's going and it's penetrating up the middle, and with the tight end. And the wide receiver is open. Throw it. Get your quarterback, because it didn't go in the machine correctly. It's stuck. Get it back. So Hurricane Florence is going up, penetrating up the middle, right? All right. So here's the game plan, guys. We're gonna call this one Florence, even though it's really fluoride, and then, you know, we'll throw in Isaac there, because yeah, he was sacrificed by his dad. His dad was. Isn't that the story? Wasn't who was his dad again? I forget. I'm not good with remembering all the Bible verses, but I know a few dark sentences myself. I understand a few of those hidden sentences. Not the only one that knows some hidden sentences. There's some other people out there that they get it. So I'll just say, you know, I'm just taking a wild guess. That Isaac's gonna evacuate Florida. Yep. It's gonna take an unusual, unexpected cut. It's gonna go that way. I'm like, oh my God, we didn't realize. We thought it was just gonna go fade off. So Hurricane Florence is the most tremendous, worst ever in the history of the world, right? And that's the one you gotta look out for. Isaac, well, it's gonna be quite a surprise what Isaac does down at the bottom there, and then because they're far off in the way. Right now they're not even. I remember last year that when those three were coming, they almost stopped talking about the third one, like it wasn't even there. And man, I'll tell you, it prolonged for like a couple weeks. It just, because they were just focusing on Irma, I believe it was, right? I think, I don't know, whichever one was first. I can't remember all your lies. But then the last one, that one hell of a hurricane that's going to hit the top side. Now, I know I jumped the gun on this last year. I know I said the same thing last year. That third hurricane was gonna hit New York. And I even text everybody on my phone list, all the way down, the video that I made about gee, what a surprise that the hurricane was gonna go up to the East Coast. And I was thinking then, tsunami, it's a tsunami time because it's right around that October 21st date. It's right around that date, somewhere close to it. And but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But I did get because I texted everybody that one and the Texas FEMA camp one with I think that was Hurricane Irma. Yeah. The other one, I forget the name of that one. I don't know. But it did hit New York, but it just didn't swallow New York like it's going to this time. Like it's going to this time. It's going to swallow up New York. But it's not really going to. It's just, we're gonna hear it and we're gonna see it. I mean, we are gonna see it on TV. And the people that are left there, with no power, the ones that don't flee from the fear and noise, they're still gonna find you anyway when the power's cut. And or it's just gonna be the meteorite coming from outer space. I kind of think that's a decoy. It's feeling like a decoy because it's connecting you with fire from heaven, right? It's showing that fire from heaven in a sight of men to deceive all nations. The fire from heaven that I think is going to come down are the nuclear missiles and bombs that are going to happen at the end, because the end is determined by the war. Wars are determined by the, what is it? The end is determined by the desolation of the wars. But the floods are coming first. You got 40 days that the rains are gonna prevail on Earth and destroy every living creature. In these last 153 day period, the 5-month period from May 21st, 2018. So there's that 5-month period, the 150 days. However, there's 3 extra days. So if you guys are starting to party, if you guys are popping the bottles right around October 14th, getting ready for it up until like the 17th or so, I don't know, maybe it just might be. Maybe it just might be. Or just, don't forget that God, He loves to prolong things just for like another 7 times. He loves to throw the 7 times in there. Toyota's they're usually good at making their high beam headlights. They're usually good at it. Especially for like a, look at that, you know, it's pretty new. I mean, I just didn't realize how bad people's headlights are these days. It's crazy. What? I think I was on to something, but you know, hey, you guys distracted me again. Was I talking about the hurricane still, or did I pass that? New York tsunami. Oh, the party. Once those 2 witnesses are killed and their bodies are laying in the streets of that city spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah, they're not going to suffer their bodies to be buried because again, spiritually, the truth is going to be, because over in Syria, the truth is already, there's no more internet, there's no getting on social media. So they already shut down any truth that's over there. The last shall be first. The first shall be last. The last shall be more than the first. It's pretty tricky, it's pretty tricky, those dark sentences. But the last shall be more than the first, which was the first resurrection, May 21st, 2011. The last people on earth are going to be more than the first. But the last shall rise first. The dead in Christ, which are all the people who are spiritually dead right now. Because the grave, you know why you won't suffer to have your bodies to be put in the graves? Because grave is hell. By the way, just in case anybody was wondering, grave is actually hell is actually the grave. Death, hell, and the grave. So those 2 witnesses, they won't suffer to be put in hell. That's what I learned from Harold Camping anyway. The other guy that was warning everybody about this judgment that's coming upon the world. I'm just trying to help finish the warning through Bible prophecy, you know, through Daniel, mainly through Daniel. Daniel, man, I tell you, that dude, I would love to meet that guy. I think I will, actually. In fact, I think I already met him. But I like his buddies, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, because they didn't deny God either. They were thrown into the fake ass fire. They're like, whatever, dude. I'm not worshiping your God. Go ahead. Let's see fire come from heaven. We're not even going to smell like smoke. How's that? And then Daniel, well, same thing. They couldn't find anything against him, right? So they made a decree, right? Well, first there was a 10-day, in the beginning there's a 10-day, it's like a deal, like, hey, look, number one, I'm not eating the king's meat, nor drinking the wine, so we're just give us vegetables to eat and water for 10 days, and test us, and see the look on the continents of our face, that it's going to be fatter and fairer than the other ones that are eating the meat. And then once they realized that, after 10 days, well then, you know those snitches, the ones that couldn't find anything wrong with Daniel because he was faithful and there was no blemish, they went and made a decree that if you pray to any other god, You're going to be thrown in the lion's den. So what Daniel did was, he technically said this. Technically. I don't know if he really put his finger up, but in his mind, he's like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'll stop praying to my God. So that's that 30-day plus the 10-day, which equals 40 days. 9/11 to October 21st is 40 days. These storms aren't going to stop. None of this is stopping. Everybody is, the saints are being compassed. They're actually worn out by now. They're definitely worn out. And, it's right around the corner. And I know I can't convince anybody. I can't prove to any of you that this is going to take place. You just have to see for yourself. So crazy. That deja vu thing. Just had it. This poison, I'll tell you, it's delicious poison. I mean, that's really it. It's what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that this time around, well, it's Agenda 2021. They want to depopulate the world, and it starts with America first. You know? Just like Trump said. Just like that, what is it, that ram with the one horn? Or the little horn? I forget. Is it the big horn or the little horn? But he's the first king. Another king is going to rise up. Because he's the king of Persia. There's another king that's going to rise up when when Trump is, let me not try to be too specific, but we'll just say deceased, on the television set. He's going to be deceased. I don't think he's going to be impeached. You know what? He's not going to be the president soon. And as soon as that happens, Plankton, the little horn, I think it is. Or is it the bigger horn or is it the little horn? Is it the little horn that comes up last? But I gotta read Daniel again. I gotta continue on. But it's that other horn that comes up at the end. Once Trump is assassinated, or for some reason he's over in New York and the tsunami hits somehow, like the tornado or an earthquake that happens out of nowhere, I would say it's more likely that an earthquake would happen. Something sudden, like, because right now, why would you go, if you were Trump, why would you go to New York when the hurricane would be projected? They're still gonna give you time to fear. They got to give you that time to fear. So why would he go over there and then get caught in the storm and the tsunami? That wouldn't make sense. He might go over there afterwards to take a look at the damage done, right, to New York. That could be the case. Hurricane Hell could cause one hell of a price tag of damage. That might be possible. And as he's over there checking out the damage, like how the presidents do, right? Because everybody wants to go and see what kind of damage they caused. That criminal, the thief, they always want to come back to the scene of the crime, just to see what people are saying. Like, do they know it was me? Do they know? So he could possibly go over there, and then out of the blue, a major earthquake happens, and it causes a tsunami. Or that meteor, you know, that's coming from outer space, that could hit out of nowhere. But then again, they would still give you time to fear. You gotta fear that. So I don't know, man. Kind of leaning towards a surprise. It's definitely a surprise. Either he gets shot, you know, like JFK didn't. Just like JFK didn't get shot, he'll get shot just like that. And there's this fierce king that comes up at the end and who understands hidden sentences. Will take over, and but only for a few days, because he's going to be destroyed without hand, and he's only gonna reign for a few days. That's a damn shame that they lied to that king like that. Well, Satan did. I mean, they didn't. The elite don't. They're lying, but they're just deceived. I mean, it's just the way it is. Look, straight up, just telling you guys, you're deceived by Satan, and I'm just giving you the message that God has given me, and it seems like we have 38 days left until all this is over. That's just what I'm hoping for. Hoping for the unseen. Praying that it's true. And, well, number one, I know in my heart for a fact that God is going to stop all this in the midst of the week, when the destruction is at the highest point. He's going to stop it. That's my faith telling me that.